Hello, anyone who is in here or watching on YouTube. We are figuring things out. We are having some technical difficulties. My co-commentator is having some sound issues, and it seems so are our two players, which as you can see are going to be Jim Dandy and Mooch. Struggling to do a couple things. So yeah, this is a continuation of the previous where we had our first matches. This is now the losers bracket match. Losers bracket match, since Jim Dandy and Mooch both lost their respective matches in the previous iteration. So this is to see who gets bumped out and who gets to stick around to continue playing. So this is essentially to see who gets fourth place of the final four. So it's looking like Mooch is going to be able to choose first, which means Jim Dandy gets to do the ban. So we're going to see what gets pulled out here, and we have Ratigan, Prince John, Queen o' Hearts, Dr. Facilier, and Scar. So Jim Dandy, oh no, that's not Facilier, that's Lotso, that's Lotso. Different character there. So Jim Dandy gets to choose whether to keep this and ban one of them, or to just toss the whole thing and try something else. So we're waiting on that. I believe if Weight of Glory's microphone works, which it doesn't seem like it is yet, I am pretty sure he prefers a Mother Gothel, so we will switch to that. And Jim Dandy is deciding, doing some serious thinking here over who to ban. So we have, do you want to ban someone who's super strong, or do you want to ban someone who's super weak? So we have Scar's generally considered on the weaker end of these, whereas Ratigan and Lotso might be considered on the more, well, Lotso would probably be considered like fate oppressive, whereas Ratigan would be considered wind pressure oppressive. And it looks like Scar is getting banned. So we have a relatively strong pool here with Ratigan, Prince John, Queen of Hearts, and Lotso. And Mooch immediately picks Lotso. Jim Dandy picks Prince John, which can be either the original or the Introduction to Evil version. Mooch picks Ratigan, and Jim Dandy picks Queen of Hearts, which is the only one left. So, this is an interesting dilemma here. Tell the players they can start doing their thing. So Mooch is going to pick a villain first, and then Jim Dandy will get to pick one in response. It looks like he's going with Lotso first. Oh, we're getting a bit of a lag, just a tad, a bit of a lag. I'm going to move things so we are zoomed in here. And looks like we're doing the Intro to Evil, Prince John. So as a reminder, the Introduction to Evil, Prince John needs to get Robin Hood out and in the jail. Robin Hood no longer has an ability, his original ability of reducing Prince John's power gain instead goes on Little John, whose ability no longer exists. Other than that, pretty similar except for the couple cards that help Prince John get heroes onto the board so he can find Robin Hood. So, looks like Jim Dandy will be going first, letting Mooch have the mulligan. I need to update the icons here. So we have Prince John and we have Lotso. This is the first time we've seen Lotso in this Final Four. Prince John will get to go first. Oh, and they're moving their boards a little closer together, which I appreciate. It means I can zoom in a little bit more. And Prince John is immediately going, interestingly, to Friar Tuck's church, wanting to get that double play. Very nice. Handing it back over to Lotso. Oop, I need to do this. Okay. I am adjusting some things. Apologies. Needing everything to fit. This is very annoying. OBS is being troublesome. Okay, this should do it. All right, we get Maid Marian pulled out and thrown into the warrant. That does give Prince John some power. However, that does cover up a fate, which Mooch as a player tends to worry about. I don't think Lotso in particular needs to worry about too much because there isn't all that much incentive to fate Lotso early, though here we go. We see some. And that is a forced Jesse, and that's why you don't really want to fate Lotso early, because more likely than not you're going to help him. However, that is going to slow down Lotso rather considerably, because that covers the top discard action, and Lotso really needs to churn through his deck in order to get anything done. So that is a pass back over to Lotso, who now needs to decide, do I... Lotso's just going to gain power and fate. All right. And we can either discard the warrant. Looks like that's what's happening. Friar Tuck coming out. Now, with heroes out, that does mean that Beautiful Lovely Taxes becomes all that more powerful, and I would not be surprised if we saw some right here. We are discarding Rhino Guards and dropping Trigger. All right, and looks like Lotso just wants to fate some more. Spending a fair bit of power. Oh, we are just reducing immediately Woody to 0. Now, this is risky because that means that Woody is now vulnerable to the claw. Okay. We can either steal some power temporarily. It's more borrowing than stealing because Prince John can get the power back, or throwing Allendale out. And Allendale is getting thrown. There's no real safe place to put him. Just covering up Nottingham over there. Now, again, the more heroes Prince John has, the more dangerous he can be because of Beautiful Lovely Taxes. But we are going to see a new warrant played. We have the double play here. Oh, and we're giving Trigger a bow and arrow. And I don't think Prince John is all that concerned with fating. Lotso has a lot he needs to do. He needs to get out 2 more heroes, which, if Lotso decides to just fate spam, is going to be a lot harder for him to do, because if he's just hopping between the library and the playground, he's not going to get through his deck very quickly. So we do see Mooch going to Caterpillar Room, dropping an ally, and discarding some cards. Only one Caterpillar. Okay, only one Bookworm. Prince John going over to the jail, gaining 3 power. And we are imprisoning. Whom are we imprisoning? Allendale. Okay, he goes away. And we see a discard action. Nope, just that. Just wanted to get Allendale out the way. Okay, we see Welcome to Sunnyside. And that skips over a claw and a one-way out and a Spanish mode and another the claw. Okay, well, there's Rex, who has to go into the Caterpillar Room. So Rex is going to have to be moved out of the Caterpillar Room first in order for anything to happen. So Robin Hood does have to be played now. And that has been set up so that Trigger can just immediately murder him. And I think that this is one reason why I2E Prince John really wants to put warrants at Sherwood Forest, because you know Robin Hood has to go there. Okay, so we're not immediately vanquishing. Oh, we are immediately vanquishing. Okay, intimidation. Because Robin Hood came out with King Richard. King Richard is probably the worst fate you can get as Prince John because Prince John has so many very good effects. And there we see the beautiful, lovely taxes. Prince John almost halfway to his win con. Robin Hood already in the jail. The only way he's coming out of there is if Maid Marian is defeated, which, unless there is a ridiculous amount of power thrown onto her, that doesn't seem very likely. Okay, back to the caterpillar room for Lotso. Moving Jesse inside. Okay, we don't see a stretch yet. Discarding a condition that honestly doesn't really do much. Yeah, you don't need something snapped either. Not yet, right now. You need to get Rex, and you need to get Ham out. Prince John is just gunning it for power. Yeah, Prince John is trying to speedrun here, and I think that's in his best interest. He has a nice little setup here with the warrant giving golden arrows to the wolf archer. So Prince John, one of the reasons why he's so scary is there's no way to get rid of anything on his board except the warrants. That's it. That's all you can get rid of. You can't get rid of his allies. You can't get rid of bows and arrows. You can't get rid of the golden arrow. The only way that happens is if you force him to do a vanquish action. So dropping another ally, discarding some things, gaining 3 power, staying away from greed. And, okay, you want to play Little John here. Slow down that power roll. But now is the question of where do you put Little John? You put him anywhere, he's just going to get murdered. And I think you kind of want to put him in the jail because that's farthest away. Because if you put him anywhere else, he's just going to immediately die. Just put, all right, where Mooch is being very indecisive here, not sure where. All right, just going to put Little John right there in Sherwood Forest, getting a power, 1 single solitary power because of the warrant there. But Little John decreases power gain from all sources by 1. So that does mean the warrant does not live up to its full potential. But we are now back to Prince John's turn, who needs to decide what to do. So the wolf archers do not have enough strength, particularly with... oh, we're just using the move action. And searching the discard pile for something. What do we do here? What do we do? We have moved trigger in. Ooh, and we're going to play Nutsy. Okay, so just setting things up to get rid of Little John a little bit here. I hate there's this stack of Prince John's allies and this stack of Lotso's heroes, and they're both competing for vertical space here, which is unfortunate. Well, there's Ham. All the gang is in the Caterpillar room right now. And Lotso's throwing out another Fate. And... okay. Just putting some power on Maid Marian, which is where you want to put it, because Maid Marian you don't want to defeat as new Prince John. So, back to Prince John, who has some deciding to make. I think you do still want to murder Little John here. But now we are getting to a point where you want to start fading Lotso. All of the heroes are out. So there's actually things you can do here. Okay, we're murdering. You need to use both of the bow and arrows. If you want to use the golden arrow, you need to drop both bow and arrows. Looks like that's what is happening. Or no. Deciding to just use Nutsy and not the Wolf Archers. That's interesting. But then we do drop out Sheriff of Nottingham. That's interesting. I mean, you already... I'm not sure how I feel about that, because you already don't want to get rid of Maid Marian, because if you get rid of Maid Marian, then Robin Hood moves. Okay, we got some more discarding happening. Lotso has a fair amount of conditions. So Lotso right now is saving up power. Still needs stretch to get Rex out. So Sheriff gains a power. Gaining 2 more power. Do you have another beautiful, lovely taxes? No, we're setting a trap, which has changed in this iteration, and now lets you move an ally and play a hero. And looks like we're playing Cluck to the Warrants location, which is going to give 2 power. And King Richard is gone now, and there's a beautiful, lovely taxes for 5 power. Prince John looking pretty good right now. And then you can get rid of Cluck using the Golden Arrow. Okay, Clever Disguise or Little John. Looks like we're playing Little John. Lotso very much on the defensive right now. That's gonna give another power if you play it there because of the warrant. Looks like Mooch wants to avoid the warrant here. Has Mooch found... No, Mooch has not found... Mooch has not found stretch. So we do get -1 on each hero except Rex. Oh, there's only 4 -1 tokens on Woody right now. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So Woody is not all the way at 0. It's interesting that Prince John has not really faded much at all here. But Sheriff of Nottingham doesn't really do anything right now. However, another beautiful, lovely taxes would win you the game here. There are 4 heroes that matter to beautiful, lovely taxes, and then you could go to the jail and get 2 more, and that would just be game. But other than that, there might be some pressure here. Oh, yeah. Buzz is now an ally. All right, we pass on the turn. I think we're passing the turn. Prince John is looking at the discard pile. Needs to choose where to go. Okay, moving Little John over there, gaining only 2, or Sheriff over there, rather. If you have beautiful, lovely taxes in hand, this is game. Discarding some cards, drawing. Okay. And Lotso's just discarding. Oh, no. Just suiting to Fate first. Okay, stealing from the rich. Probably putting it on Maid Marian again. Those are strength tokens, but whatever. You don't want to put it on Little John. Yeah, because Little John wants to die anyway. Actually, I don't think you can put it on Little John. I think it changed so you can't put it on Little John. Oh, can't place on a hero at the jail. Okay. So it can't go on Robin Hood or Alan-a-Dale. but it can go on Lady Cluck. There's really no good choices here. I think the best choice would have been Maid Marian. But it looks like the power is going on to Lady Cluck. Yeah, it looks like the decision has been made. All right. No, okay, we're still deciding. The turn is running out. You gotta pick one. You gotta pick a one. And it's going on Little Jet. And even though the timer's gone out, Mooch is sneaking in a discard here. Oof. Oh, there's Sir Hiss. Probably getting in a fate. And, what do you do here? I think you do Bonnie's Toys on Woody. Oh, no, we're just doing Andy's Looking For Us. Okay. And we're taking a Vanquish action. That used the Sheriff and it used the Wolf Archers. Okay. And we have a fate from Lotso here. There's no real good options here. Yeah, it looks like we're just putting a Clever Disguise on Lady Cluck. Or no, we're just adding it to Maid Marian, it looks like. But that's it. There's Stretch, moving Rex out. Where do you put Rex? Looks like Rex is going over there. Okay. Honestly, as Prince John, I'd just go to the jail. Just gain 3 power. And, ooh. Yeah, just literally any hero into your warrant. Yeah, just throw King Richard in there and that's game. Or Toby. Yeah, that's game. All right, game 1 to Jim Dandy and Prince John. We now move to game 2 for this match. Alrighty. We are setting up for the next game. Looks like just saying what the deck order was for Lotso here. Looking at the comments. Yeah, this is why you imprison Marian ASAP. If you defeat her, you set yourself back 2 turns into another dimension. Yeah, you want Maid Marian in the jail so that you don't need to worry about her. Jim Dandy here has to go with Queen of Hearts. And Mooch can choose to either go Queen of Hearts or stick with Lotso, and it looks like he's sticking with Lotso. Not Queen of Hearts, Radigan. And This time, Lotso gets to go first. Yeah, so Queen of Hearts can be very fast, but she is also very fate fragile. So this is going to take a little bit of doing on Jim Dandy's part if he wants to wrap this up in a 2-0. I think right now, currently, Lotso is favored. Lotso immediately starting off with a fate. Which ain't great for Queen of Hearts. Oh, but it's double Mome Rats. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, that was shuffled. That was shuffled. Mome Rats do not come first. Oop. And that's all Mooch does. What does Jim Dandy do here? Right to the hedge maze. Gaining 3 power. You do not need to worry about Mome Rats. You can do whatever you want. Dropping down a card guard. And do we immediately convert the card guard? We do not immediately convert the card guard. Lotso wants to try it again. And it's down the rabbit hole, or a useless effect that does nothing right now. And Alice is brought out. There is to be no more moving. Okay, playing Alice to the Tweeta's location is an interesting decision. I'm not sure I would have done the same thing in that position. We see, a spear getting given to the Tweedles. And we get to reciprocate on the fate end. Oh, you gotta go with Rex, and Rex is getting thrown into the library, which should slow down the fate onslaught, because Lotso does not want Rex in the Caterpillar room right now. That was a very good fate for Queen of Hearts to have gotten, because any other hero you would want in, the Caterpillar room. But now that's been neutered slightly, because now Rex has 0 strength. However, that does mean Rex can be the Clawed. And unfortunately, Queen of Hearts cannot fate right now. So, gaining 3 power here. I think you definitely want to get rid of Alice before the fate reshuffle. Playing a stopwatch. Looks like we don't really see... changing Alice to only cover the... Yep, that's the fate being exposed. And, we are converting a card guard, and that's it. Nothing else. Gaining 3 power, fading Queen of Hearts. Okay, either the Dormouse or Cheshire. And Dormouse is getting thrown into White Rabbit's house. Just some discarding is happening. And it's always welcome to Sunnyside. Not it's always sunny in Philadelphia. It's always sunny at Sunnyside. No. Welcome to Sunnyside. Going past a lot of effects. Looks like the heroes are all at the bottom. Okay, Woody going in. You definitely prefer to play Woody yourself as Lotso, because he can really hurt if he comes out in a fate. So Queen of Hearts. Oh, interesting. Gaining 2. Interesting. Looking to get rid of a Dormouse rather than Alice is an interesting decision. All right, we are clearing out the fate and fating in return. I think Queen of Hearts really wanted the discard, and that's why Queen of Hearts went there. But now, what do we do? What do we do here? Gaining 3. Ooh, just 3. And immediately offing the dodo. And gaining 1 from the stopwatch. And just drawing a card. Also just gaining an enormous amount of power. Which he wasn't really able to do with Prince John because he wanted to avoid greed. Oh, looks like we are righting Alice here. I think what you need to do is get another ally into the Teldaji Wood and just get rid of Alice. Or maybe, for now, go to White Rabbit's house and do something about Dormouse. Or just to get in a fate. Alright, it's not in the best position right now, but needs to move somewhere. Right. Coming to the courtyard, gaining 2. Putting another spear on the Tweedles. Discarding the by order of the Queen. And to take the shot. And passing back. Lotso continuing to just fate. There's not really anything else for him to do. Playing a Bookworm for 3 on Woody. Okay, White Rabbit or play someone else. Yeah, that just brings back Dodo. Or no, we're bringing back the Mad Hatter, which is an interesting choice. Just off with your Mad Hatter before the March Hare can come out. And playing and converting a card guard. Lotso continuing the Fate Onslaught. Caterpillar and March Hare. We may not see the fabled 5 strength Tweedles because Caterpillar just got played there, which is going to make it a lot harder. Oh, my phone just went buzz buzz, and I'm going to move it away from my microphone. So it doesn't do that. Alright, Queen of Hearts, what you going to do? Oh my god, someone really wants to talk to me. But I am busy right now. Okay, Queen of Hearts, looks like we're just going to gain 2 power, and Fate, because you need to press. I might have done Spanish mode, but we are throwing out Jesse. Yeah, I think Spanish mode is better here, because then you have to deal with Rex again. Which Spanish mode is it? It's Tri-County Landfill. I still think that's better. Because now you need to deal with Buzz again. And there's the Dodo. Or you can make the Dormouse real big. I think right now you kill the Caterpillar. Oh. Well, that fate was instantly reverted. And looks like we are activating Big Baby. We are not activating Big Baby. Interesting. You need to get those heroes out somehow. And Big Baby's one of your ways to do it. It looks like... Are we doing? We are. Okay. There's Ham right off the top, going into Tri-County Landfill. We pass to the Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts in a little bit of a spot here. Gonna gain 3. Can't convert that. Dodo, dodo, dodo dee do dee do. Can't do that. Forbidden. Not allowed. You can activate the stopwatch. Okay, we're shrinking again. We are shrinking Alice. Playing Very Merry on Birthday, getting a lot of power. And gaining 2 more power. Just lots of power. And back to Lotso, who's going to gain 3. Fade again. Pretty par for the course here. March Hare getting thrown out. All right, going to cover Hedge Maze or Courtyard? Probably Hedge Maze, so you can get the activate. And I think here you go to Tulgey Wood and, oh, yeah, Ham is in there. You go to Tulgey Wood, you get rid of Caterpillar. Discard some stuff. And then you can move between Tulgey Wood and other places. Caterpillar is gone. Fading. The Claw. You Claw Rex. Absolutely, you Claw Rex. Because the alternative is you get rid of Big Baby, but you have other opportunities to do that. I think you Claw Rex. You absolutely Claw Rex. I think Woody is at 1, so you can't Woody. You're getting rid of Big Baby. Interesting. Well, if there's no other Sunnysides, welcome to Sunnysides. If those had been discarded, but I don't think they have been. Well, so we are discarding. Back to Mooch. Mooch is going to Tri-County Landfill. Okay. Here comes Welcome to Sunnyside. You see, yeah, you still need to flip it over because it matters. There's the Claw, there's a Bonnie's Toys, One way out. Ooh, there's the Claw. There's Jessie. So Jessie goes right in there. And Bonnie's Toys. Yeah, that's game for Lotso. Yeah, that is why probably should have gotten rid of Rex. But you make your decisions. You take risks. And this risk is leading us to game 3. Jim Dandy has to stick with Queen of Hearts, but Mooch is now having to shift to Ratigan. World's greatest criminal mind. Wow. What a show so far. Queen of Hearts wasn't doing too bad and might have been able to make a comeback if Lotso had not been able to just snipe a win there. When Queen of Hearts has to reset. So Queen of Hearts now gets to go first versus Ratigan. That gives Queen of Hearts a pretty decent chance of getting a Fate Lock on Ratigan, which will make life a lot easier for Queen of Hearts. However, Ratigan is quite difficult to beat because Ratigan is quite inevitable. With Ratigan, you are on a timer. See, I think turn 1, Queen of Hearts has to go to Tulgey Wood or to White Rabbit's house. Ratigan is mulliganing because very clearly Queen of Hearts absolutely wants to go first. It does not matter what is in your hand. You need to go first. And we're going to Tulgey Wood. Dropping a card Guard. And Infatuning. There's a Devious. And it's a Queen's Cards. Okay. Queen's Guards are kind of one of the more pointless fates. It would have been nice if they were a bit more useful, but this is fate locked now. We do see gears getting played. No, no, we are making decisions here. We are taking back things. We are deciding to go to Big Ben instead, which is an interesting decision. No, we are deciding to go to the toy shop. There's really no reason not to go to the toy shop and just playing 2 gears. Yeah, that makes the most sense. I think here you want to go to the hedge maze as queen. Just get stuff on the board. All right, and discarding the only other card in his hand, which is Fidget. And I'm going to move my mouse so it's not hovering over Radigan's Villain Guide. Yep, going to Hedge Maze, gaining 3, spending it on 2 more card guards. I think we're going to see a by order of the Queen here in a second. Ooh, just dropping another Gears. Throwing out a Fate. What do we get? It's a nothing. It is an absolute nothing here. Oh, it is a Momrats. Okay, Momrats does get to move things. Yep. What? Sorry, I was confused by the first fate of the previous game. Yeah, Queen of Hearts. What do you do here now? I think, do you even keep fading Radigan? You need to get out more Cardi Guards. Looks like we are going to White Rabbit's house. Getting out another card guard. Just going to carpet the board with card guards. I'm going to gain power. Yeah, throw out Mouse Queen. And I like that. I like covering the discard there. Zachary in the comments suggesting going to the courtyard and moving that card guard back over. That is a possibility. Oh, we are capturing the Queen's Guards, and that's all we're doing. And I think here's Queen of Hearts. You do need to go Told You Would. You do need to Fate. You need to cover up that place again. Yep, and just throw Dawson in there. Yeah, fading has to happen. And just doing a bunch of discarding, drawing back up. And I think Queen of Hearts here really wants to see a Very Merry on Birthday. So as Radigan, what do you do here? Do you go Fate? Do you go to Big Ben? Do you just go to the Palace? You can discard. It looks like we're fading. Ooh, we are throwing out a Marvelous Trap and activating it. And fading. Another Momraths. Yeah, I think you move the courtyard card guard over to White Rabbit's house. I don't think it's worth playing White Rabbit here. Because this is the only other Momraths you're going to get. Yeah, we are Momrathsing, and yet moving that over there. So Queen of Hearts, yeah, Queen of Hearts, you want to start moving things. I think you want to go over to Courtyard here. I think you let the Mouse Queen die. Unless you have a Very Merry on Birthday in hand and you go to White Rabbit's house. Okay, we're going to White Rabbit's house. You do get the Fate. Queen of Hearts mulling over what's in hand. What do you do here? What do you do? Ooh, stopwatch. Well, there aren't any wickets yet to get power off it, but I'll be nice in the future. We do get a Fate. Sabotage. Love that Sabotage. Save the Mouse Queen. And that does set back Radigan considerably. So Radigan's just going to gain 3 here. Unless Radigan. So Radigan can come to Big Ben and play Felicia. That is a possibility. No, we are doing Ruffians to spend 2, gain 3. And that's all you get to do. So yeah, going to the courtyard, gaining 2, start moving things. And playing a Verimarin, birthday for 4, that is clutch. And you get to do some discarding. Yeah, Fury you're not going to use. Alright, Radigan can go Fate again, which he is going to do. Caterpillar or Martyr, neither really matter too much. Yeah, you don't hate that. So, Queen of Hearts has plenty of power right now. Oh, we are activating to get an item, and we're going to get uniforms from Fidget's list. Queen of Hearts here has plenty of power for Off With Your Head. So just going to White Rabbit's house or even the Hedge Maze is perfectly fine. Gaining 3. And what do you play? Playing another card guard, okay. And activating it. Converting it. And Off With Your Head. Goodbye. Spend 1 power to convert. Alright, Radigan, going back to the toy shop. Get a little bit of power. Throw out another Gears. And that's all you can do. Courtyard, gaining 2, moving over. So there's now a card guard at every location. Both Momrats have gone by. Ooh, by order of the Queen. Yes, please, and thank you. Dodo would really hurt here. But think about playing Dodo. Actually, let's see here. These are both 2 strengthers. Okay, so Dodo would not immediately die, but Radigan does need to Fate here. Cheshire ain't bad. Just undo that by order of the Queen. Cheshire is also probably not going to get removed here. Throwing out another Gears. Okay, we are capturing Dawson. Queen of Hearts, you absolutely need to Fate here. And yeah, it looks like we are converting by hand now. Do you have another by order? No, I think the other one was discarded. Ooh, I like this. Shrinking Cheshire to leave that Fate open and Fating. Toby, we love to see Toby. Yeah, I like that. Just cover everything. I think now you just swap over to the Hedge Maze. Just convert all your guards. Just gaining 3 here. Looks like we're dropping the Queen, the robot. And there's the robot Queen. So Radigan has at least 2 turns. Because he needs to deal with the Mouse Queen. Queen of Hearts needs 1 more card. Queen of Hearts looking at the discard pile here. Playing a spear to one of the cards. I would love to see a Very Merry Unbirthday. You play that to Cheshire's location, absolutely. Yep, that is exactly what I thought was going to happen. However, Radigan does not have the power to get rid of the Robot Queen. So there's going to be a turn of just faffing around. What is... Oh, Radigan is... Oh, yeah, using the thing. Okay, yeah, airship was the activate. Yep. Dodo hurts. I think you go to Tulgey Wood, get rid of Dodo. You go to Tulgey Wood, get rid of Dodo. Radigan can't fate you. And then you're golden. Then you just go to the Hedge Maze. Radigan can't fate you. Radigan can't get rid of the Mouse Queen. Go to Tulgey Wood, kill the Dodo. You go to Tulgey Wood, you kill the Dodo. That is what you do. Because then next turn you just win. Yep, Dodo dies. And then you discard. How many cards left are left in? There's 5 cards left in the villain deck. Okay. Queen of Hearts doing some counting. If you discard anything... Oop. Yeah, I think it's just 2 misses Justin here. Yeah, and you leave her there. Because you don't want to open up the double play. Because the double play could be Felicia into uniforms. Just gaining 3 power. I think that's all you can do here. Because Radigan needs at least 1 other power. Unless Radigan has a Criminal Mind in hand. There's playing the bell, okay. Or not playing the bell. What are you doing here? Playing gears, okay. Wanted to do a Marvelous Trap instead. Can't fate. Alright, Queen of Hearts. Do you have the other Very Merry Unbirthday in hand? You can see the clicking from Jim Dandy here. Real close here. I think, Jim Dandy, if you have a Very Merry Unbirthday and take the shot in hand, you go for it. Like Radigan still just does not have it. With the balloon on Mouse Queen, like he needs more power. Oh, I'm getting like secondhand anxiety over here. What do you do, Queen of Hearts? What do you do? What do you do? You're running out of time. You got to do something. Okay. Gaining a power. Doing that last conversion. Cheshire's already gone. Both Mome Rats are gone. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that stops Queen of Hearts now. Caterpillar would make it. Caterpillar would make it harder. Okay, looks like it ran out of time. None of that changes anything. Caterpillar is something. Yeah, Caterpillar is what you want. Didn't play anything. So this is 2, 4, 7, 9. That's 9 strength. Radigan is still 2 turns away because there's not enough power. Okay. Okay, that will actually do something. And then what are you doing with your ruffians? What is the action you're taking? See, because playing the ruffians there, that will make Felicia cheaper. Okay, no, Radigan is just playing and activating the robes. And that is timeout. And we go to Queen of Hearts, who has 9 strength worth of wickets. Do you have a take the shot in hand? Queen of Hearts looking at the discard pile. I mean, I'm only an observer. I can't take a peek into the discard pile. Running out of time here. To show everyone. 60 seconds left. You don't have an indefinite amount of time. If you know what's in Queen of Hearts deck, you know what those last 5 cards are. You know if it's going to succeed or not. I don't know, because I have not been keeping track. These precious seconds. Looks like... Okay, Jim Dandy doesn't think he has it. And we're discarding a bunch of stuff. Oh, okay. Throwing down a spear. Now the risk there is a spear being pulled by Take the Shot. Okay. This seems calculated. Alright, gaining 1 power. No, Felicia. Oh my god, that was real lucky that Felicia's just at the bottom. Queen of Hearts. What do you do, Queen of Hearts? Oh, okay. What do we do? What do we do here? Looks like we're converting that last card guard. Zachary, Weight of Glory is having sound issues. I can't hear him, and so he wouldn't come through. We are choosing not to fate. Still no Felicia. Wow, okay. Falling down the rabbit hole brings Alice out, but that doesn't matter. Zachary, yeah, Queen of Hearts isn't going to be stopped by Fates, but as soon as Felicia gets drawn. But I suppose, yeah, you do have the extra time. Okay. You currently have, this is 3, 5, 8, 10, 12. That's 12 strength worth of wickets. Because Caterpillar and the Spear cancel each other out. This is 3, 6, 9, 11. It's 13. This is 13. That's 4, 7, 9, 11. Oh, this is so close. What's the top card? That's 13. Exactly. That's a whiff. Oh, that hurts. Oh my god. However, if you draw into another take a shot, you can try again at White Rabbit's house because you can get the power from the stopwatch. Snowmooch going over here, using Radigan, using Felicia. There's not enough power. Oh my god, there's not enough power. Oh my. Okay. This isn't over yet. Queen of Hearts, you need to get another take the shot. Do you have another take the shot is the question. There's a whole bunch of expensive trash in your discard pile. If you have take a shot in hand, you can go to White Rabbit's house because you have the stopwatch. Looks like you don't. I think the whole hand is getting chucked. Okay. Ooh, Judgment. And Fury. That shrinks the caterpillar. All right. Gaining 1. Do you have a take the shot? Okay, the fate doesn't mean anything. Do you have a take a shot? Is there no take the shot? There's no other take the shot. There's no take the shot. Okay. That win goes to Mooch. Alrighty, I'm gonna go hop into their chat. Hello. Okay. I think the issue might be on my end because I'm not hearing any of them. I don't know why. This is very strange. All right, can I hear? No, I still can't hear you. All right, there is something going on with my Discord that I'm not hearing anyone in a call. I don't know why that is. Because I can hear everything else, I just can't hear calls. All right, this is a problem on my end. I have no idea how to fix it right now. But I guess thank you to Jim Dandy and Mooch. Unfortunately, I can't hear you for broadcast purposes, so let's move to match 2, which is going to be Slay versus Zachary. Zachary, you're going to be on the left. Thank you to Mooch and to Jim Dandy, and congratulations to Mooch, who will move on in the final 4. Alright, now we wait for everyone else to show up. Chat, how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? What did you think of that match? I think we saw some really good high-level villainous play here. Some very good piloting of Prince John, Queen of Hearts, Lotso, and Radigan. I'm sure we'll see even more coming up in our second game, which will have Zachary and Slay. Which I need to adjust these things. So this is going to be Zachary. And this is going to be Slay. Okay, Slay is in the room. How is everyone's evening going? Doing good? I hope you're doing good. I am tired. I need to get more sleep. I keep staying up too late, and then even though I sleep in, I still feel tired. But tomorrow is Friday, We're seeing some commenting on the Queen of Hearts math. Make some noise. Way to Glory is commenting from the chat right now because my voice chat has gone fucky. I think what I'm gonna try is I'm gonna try just fully restarting Discord. See if that does anything. We're restarting Discord. We're restarting Discord. We're restarting Discord to get ourselves a treat. Alright, Discord has been restarted. Let's see if I join here. Hello, can you hear me? And yeah, I still can't hear the other words. I don't know what's going on. What is going on? This is weird. Very, very weird. I'm gonna Google this. Can't hear in Discord calls. What's going on? Make sure to check and switch your input-output device in the voice settings section to the specific device you're using. Okay. So if I go to voice settings, input device, the webcam, okay, output device, speaker headphone, let's try that, okay.
Hello.
Okay. There we go. Discord was being fucky.
Hello.
Way to Glory now gets to join us. Hooray.
All right.
Way to Glory now gets to join us. Hooray. Maybe to mute Twitch so I don't hear my echo.
Yeah, I got it. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Today I unplugged and then replugged in my speakers because they were sounding a little scratchy, so there was like a connection thing. And apparently it just reset everything. I know I feel kind of
So
bad
it sounded like it was an input thing that it wasn't reading for you,
It
or
was an output thing. It was not sending the output to the speakers, even though I had fixed the problem for everything else. Like in the general sound thing, Discord itself was not sending it to my speakers, which
I see.
annoying. I feel a little bad for Chip Dandy and Mooch now, because I didn't get to give them their after match conversation. But yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm hopping into TTS since I can actually comment on play now.
Yes, and now I don't need to just like make myself just thirsty over everything.
So it was kind of like Syndrome would have been a good character there because it would have just been like monologuing, like.
I am also very irritated because OBS is no longer recognizing the Yadigan font, which is the font that Villainous sort of uses, and so I'm having to use Times New Roman. Why? I feel so crass. But here we have the flap.
Interesting.
I didn't see who got to get the ban or whatever, but we have Dr. Facilier, Syndrome, Prince John, Evil Queen, and Hades. Hades comes up a lot.
It looks like he does. It looks like the dice did land on Zlay, so he'll have choice of villain, it looks like.
Okay, we're banning Hades. Zachary does
Straight
not want
to Hades
involved.
I think in the mix of those villains, he's probably the odd one out there.
Yeah, so Zlay picks Dr. Facilier. It looks like Zachary's picking Prince John, who did very well in the previous match. And then I think Zlay is going to pick Evil Queen. Um, although Syndrome, Syndrome, I think is going to be worse against Prince John than against either Doctor Facilier or Evil Queen.
Hmm.
So I think you pick Evil Queen here. Oh, Zachary is doing new Prince
Interesting.
John.
I don't
And
know if I have seen Zachary play New Prince John. He usually plays the original villains, but
mhm,
probably looking for matchup reasons.
yeah. So Syndrome, I think against Facilier you pick Prince John.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I think Syndrome against Evil Queen has a better chance because she can't just cover his board with heroes.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, but we're starting with Syndrome. Zachary wants to get
Okay.
Syndrome out of the way. Oh my god.
Also, potentially going for Syndrome on this one because choice of going first.
That's very true.
That's so.
Yeah. So, what always gets me about Syndrome is having to explain what he does to new people. Because
Yeah.
there's so much that just isn't on his cards, and you have to like explain it. Going right to downtown Metroville, chucking the entire hand.
The whole hand. And Fading Doctor.
Oh,
Ooh,
it's a
Ray early turn. Oh,
double.
that's
I
rough.
just, yeah, I. Oh no.
So I say what I want to see here is maybe a couple different voodoo dolls here.
There
There's
we
one.
go. Voodoo
Maybe a
dolls
second
are
one. Oh, a frog form. That'll
just
do something.
immediately doing something about that fate. And Syndrome just pulling a
Says nope.
lasso here. That's kind of the thing about all the bigger and badder villains is they can just fate.
Hmm.
Hmm. I think you get rid of the voodoo dolls.
I think so. Early game for Facilier, you don't want to help him find his key cards,
Yeah, no.
and the voodoo dolls are definitely um, a key card to have on the board too.
Hmm.
That will let him clear off the Emporium though.
Yeah. We get our first fate on Syndrome, which is a Jack Jack. Going to
Useless force
Metroville.
field.
That does mean Jack Jack can just immediately die. Um, Playing Lawrence. I would love to see a identification, please, here. To just go immediately kill Jack Jack with the robot. But no, we are doing Big Daddy. That hurts. That
Mm,
really
a
hurts.
little
Those
bit
are
early for those guys.
really useful.
So Facilier are going to look to discard some cards here and return the favor.
Ooh, Elastigirl. I might have put the Velocipods at No Man is an Island, so you could cover the Par residents, although they would not have been strong enough on their own to get rid of Elastigirl here.
Yeah, I would just go over and
Yeah,
move the Omnidroid and vanquish
yeah, exactly.
Elastigirl.
I agree. And that's exactly what we see. Elastigirl, go be dead.
Shuffling the discard pile.
We're playing,
Play
I like that.
Major Mod.
But not
Not
using it
choosing to.
immediately. So you don't need to because that was totally wicked has gone by. So
Mm-hmm.
Syndrome can kind of like take a little bit of a breather here.
Yeah, I can probably look to really control
Yeah.
which hero that Omnidroid has the chance to get rid of because Jack's
Ooh,
only on
yeah.
one right now.
There's
So
the Viper. I also really like not using the major mod here because then, okay, you
no
can
case.
use it to if you have to go to the par residence to get rid of who's ever squatting there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just playing some things and stuff. Cillier is going to Tiana's place. Sleight of handing. I know Zachary doesn't like sleight of hand or things similar to that, but I still think stuff like sleight of hand, scrying are really good to get through your deck.
Yeah, it really depends on the moment that you use them because if you don't have any of your key items, you can potentially lose one or two of them. But if you've got one, it's definitely helpful for getting rid of some other cards and finding the other one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Ooh, yeah, I don't think this is the best
Yeah,
idea fading right now
and
because
that's why you hold on to that major mod because
yeah,
now you can remove it and just go vanquish Mr. Incredible.
exactly.
Fading first.
Mm-hmm. All right, we are almost there.
That is all 3 copies of Almost There.
Yep, I'm just dumping everything in. And I think you kill Mr. Incredible
Mm-hmm.
and then play the remote.
Finding the remote.
Yeah, and then just play it.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like someone forgot the timer at some point. Fading is happening. We have 5 cards left in the fate deck, so at least 3 more fates. At least 2 more fates before there's a chance of another.
I don't
That was
think we've seen any of the
No, I don't think we've seen a
teamworks go by.
No, those are all
So that
gone.
could potentially
Yeah, that could.
to that reshuffle. Ooh, that hurts. I think that was all 3 cards will tell.
Well, that's what terror is for, but one of them is in the fortune pile.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see some major mods here.
Yeah. I'm discarding everything else.
Trying to get that last Omnidroid before Teamworks force a reshuffle.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Rule New Orleans and using the cane to play the Talisman.
Ooh. There are 5 cards in the fortune pile, so it's not a guarantee, but it's real. Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, I think you still just go for heroes.
Now, do you kill Violet or Dash? I think you kill Dash.
I kill Violet because I want that extra vanquish action.
That's valid.
That vanquish action covered is not great for Syndrome.
Mm-hmm. Naveen and I like Mama Odie a lot.
Lawrence is just prepared to get rid of her here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, moving. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's clutch. Moving Lewis back in.
Do we see another Voodoo Dolls, or maybe move the cane to? Okay, Illusion Powder. Yeah, we gotta get some cards will tells back in hand.
Okay, I think you need to see an Evening Star here. Oh, you hate seeing both of those. I think you do Tiana here because that gives you time. You really wanted to get Lawrence with the Evening Star, but
and I think there's another Evening Star in there, maybe.
Oh, it looks like we are going with Evening Star rather than Tiana. Interesting. Oh, but that's right. Doctor needs to get back the cards will tell.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's all 3 cards will tell in the discard pile. I think we're looking to try to cover up that top fate, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know with Velocipop Patrol, I don't know that you're going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
All the higher strength heroes are gone.
Mm-hmm. Something tells me the next fate is going to be double teamwork. Dumping another hand. It's double
And there it is, double teamwork. One of those non-intuitive things of explaining. I would think at least one would, but maybe not.
I'm pretty sure they get shuffled in.
Yeah, Zachary's saying that they don't. I would have thought that one would, but apparently it's not intuitive even to those of us who play this game a lot.
Alright, murdering dash. Another Velocipod. I like Eudora a lot.
Yeah.
And you definitely want to play her away from the illusion powder. So I would put her all the way over in the bayou.
All the way at the bayou.
That's interesting. No, okay.
I was going to say that.
Whoa, okay.
Stacking. Just triple stacking.
Yeah, no, don't. Nope. You don't want it at the same place as the illusion.
Indecisive. We see some voodoo dolls, maybe to.
I think.
Or maybe, yeah, you just put the illusion powder.
And that's why I would have preferred to see her all the way over in the bayou.
All right, what do we got here? Got another fate from Syndrome. Chucking, looking for major mods.
Charlotte and yeah, Evening Star. Evening Star.
There it goes. Yeah, Doctor's in a rough spot here.
Yeah, and Zachary's like a very aggressive Syndrome.
Let's see what we got. So that was totally wicked. Going to clear out all of those allies and items.
Zachary now needs to get a reshuffle in order to get the last major mod.
Using the cane to move over Lewis, like that. Gaining some more unneeded power. I feel like a lot of the bigger and badder villains rely very heavily on their conditions.
Yes, they do.
Kind of a structural change in the design of the characters.
I might have played the ally there. So Naveen is going to die, it looks like. Or no, not Naveen. We are getting rid of Eudora.
So let's see what fate card we get here.
It's Big Daddy.
Big Daddy, that hurts. So Big Daddy going to take that talisman right back.
But the illusion powder does let two things come out of the fortune pile. We're going with Lawrence and the voodoo dolls.
Chucking some cards.
I like Mama Odie here, where she can't.
Yeah. There's quite a bit in that pile. How much is in that pile? Let's see. 5. Well,
5.
Too much. 5.
Shadow Man.
Yeah. But you still got to replay Rule New Orleans. And let's see what we got.
Yeah. So Sleight of Hand will get Real New Orleans into hand and immediately play it. And that's now 6 cards in the fortune pile. I think.
Yeah, we can't play that. We played Sleight of Hand and Rune of Runes.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, do we have a couple major mods here?
Only one.
And an ally.
Oh, the other 2 are at the bottom. Woof.
Operation, gonna get back an ally. Yep.
Yeah, this
Good
is
call.
the worst part about Syndrome.
I think you go to Tiana's place, gain some power, and play those shadow spirits back out.
Yeah.
And let's see what kind of fate we can get. Can you cover? Yes. So now to fate, we got to go back to downtown Metroville.
Mm-hmm.
And Syndrome has a bunch of money. We have Prince John and Prince John 2.
Ooh, yeah, I would drop Ray in the Voodoo Emporium.
And let's see, what else are we going to get to put in that pile? Well, we know there's a Shadow Spirits. We don't know what else there is.
I think that was the only thing that was added.
Illusion Powder is going to help here.
Yep.
And let's see. And Mama Odie didn't get played, so we will see 3 cards.
3 out of 5, which is pretty decent odds.
All right, let's see what we get here.
Shadow Man, Shadow Spirits, and Sleight of Hand.
Okay, so lose the power. We get to look for some extra cards here.
Mm-hmm. Putting something into hand, and oh no, being indecisive. That goes into hand. Okay. So that's 2 the cards will tells in the discard pile. Zachary murdering Mr. Incredible.
And there's a major mod.
That was at the bottom of the deck. Juju, get rid of the illusion powder.
You get rid of the illusion powder.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting rid of the cane. Okay.
So that one, I can see that one because that takes away the gain 3 power fate option.
Mm-hmm. I think illusion powder would have been better.
Deciding not to move Shadow Man, playing the Fog Form instead.
Yeah, I would have done the illusion powder.
I think you got it almost there.
Yeah. So that's to 6. Illusion powder is gonna drop it to 4, which that's real good odds.
We also didn't see the cards, so not sure what got put in there.
I mean, it doesn't really
But whatever
matter.
did get put in, if there was masks that were coming out, so.
Yeah. Juju dies.
And let's see, what are we taking out here? The cane and a Frog Form.
Yeah, I would have put in the illusion powder. Because then it would have been 3 out of 6 rather than 3 out of 4.
Yeah. All right, here we go. What are we getting?
Oh, God, 50-50. Oh, my God.
Oh, man. So, Zachary has the opposite luck of pulling cards that I do. When I can pick from a 19 card fortune pile and
Oh
still
my
pick Rule New
god.
Orleans against my opponent.
That's so funny.
All right, let's see.
Zachary needing to get another.
Ooh, I think you know capes here.
Hmm. But I think we've seen all of the things go by.
Chucking everything.
Yeah.
Now, if you draw into cards, will tell this is game.
It will be game.
Zachary likewise chucking the entire hand, and there it is.
There it is. Oh.
Say, pick this one card.
I never updated the portraits.
Oh no.
Well, we know Slay has to do Evil Queen.
Yes. And who do you counter with this time? I think you probably do Syndrome again, just because you want to go first.
And it's loading up. Yep, and it's Syndrome, which I will actually put up this time. Yeah, there we go.
So overall, how have you felt about the structural style for the matches this year and starting on the portraits and things like that?
So the starting of the portraits has like made certain villains a little more viable because they can go to any location. I don't hate that too much, and the starting power has just kind of seemed like it's smoothed things out. What is going on here? Oh, woodland creatures.
Yeah, double woodland creatures.
Okay, and
get some magic tomes.
Presumably activating.
Search for some ingredients here.
Okay. Oh, that's a good magic tomes. Get rid of that box, that worthless goddamn box.
That worthless box. Huh?
Let's go into some stuff. Okay. No 15 years later for Syndrome. Okay, throwing out a major
mod. Looking for dwarves this time. And not a Force Snow White, hopefully. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
There's Bashful. Yep, I think you go move. And do we have an ingredient? We do. Mommy Dust.
Mommy Dust.
And yep, you just cover that. And we see that didn't deter the Fates last game, so we'll see if that strategy holds.
I think if you have like identification please in hand or something, no, we are not. No, I want a Fate. I want a Fate. There's
need some board coverage. And Snow White, there she is. So, do we have an all fixture? We do. And let's see.
Hopefully, Zach doesn't repeat what Mooch did last time. Because fading Evil Queen just stalls her, and if you don't have a plan to get out of that, she's just gonna win. Okay. Ooh, okay, interesting.
Protecting Par residents with the Omnidroid. Let's see. What are we gonna move here? We're gonna pile the dwarves in the woods.
I think you do want to get a dwarf in the laboratory just to shut down the moving. Although now, with the mirror out, woof. I would love to see an identification, please, here.
Let's see. That's major mods. And, oh, yeah. Hate to see
Sneezy.
Sneezy. Tempting fate, and there it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
so
know.
you don't
It's
really
it's
fear that was totally wicked right now because you get that free reshuffle from
right.
the X8.
Hmm. Let's see. Do we have some ingredients? Nope. Still searching. So Evil Queen's still sitting on just the one ingredient for now.
Discarding a
That
bunch
is
of
a
Takeabytes.
that's a lot of
Ooh.
Takeabytes gone. I think that's 4 of the 5,
Hmm.
at least, that I've seen
I
go
mean, you're
by.
gonna need a reshuffle or a black magic to get back the mirror anyway.
Yeah. So we did have an Old Hag's Cackle,
Mm-hmm.
2 ingredients.
I'm just playing the other one. Okay. All right. Vanity.
Vanity of
Yeah, I said
vanities.
you keep the
And
black
thank
one.
you. How many cards are left in that deck? 5. I almost would have just discarded and gone for the reshuffle.
Surprised we haven't seen a 15 years later or anything like that.
Yeah, no conditions from Syndrome. It's a rarity.
Mm-hmm. Because a third of his deck is conditions.
Yeah.
Ooh, just deciding to discard. Sometimes you just gotta discard.
Yep. And we do have an All Fix You.
Mm-hmm.
Get a couple of power. And let's see what we check
So
in.
going through discarding a black magic, which hurts, and a black of night.
Yeah, I think that you drew both of the. Are we changing our mind here? Let's see. Oh, changing our mind. There we go. I was going to say maybe we saw both of the other ingredients and you had to pick one, but.
Yeah. We saw Zachary trying to sneak in not a sidekick, but the discard is only from.
And there's the discard. One card.
Yeah, one
Not
card.
3 cards.
I'd love to see like Mirage or something.
Oh, we
Discarding a
did.
15 years later. You need that though. Dopey and Sleepy.
Maybe potentially going for another strategy of getting
There's a
all of
15
your
years later.
major
Okay.
mods on the board. Let's see.
And there's -2 strength on her, but it doesn't really matter. Okay.
Okay. So there's. Okay. I do like that.
Dopey. All right, the cottage is now open.
And now we're activating to look for some Takeabytes here, probably.
Or the magic mirror.
Or the Magic Mirror. Yep. Sorry that.
All right, you go over, you murder Elastigirl, you pull out the next one.
And let's see, we got Happy. And taking away that 2 poison,
Mm-hmm.
covering the fate. Thunderbolt to play Scream of Fright.
Moving over Sleepy, and then moving over Happy with the thingy.
We do see a teamwork, and probably one of the only times you see infiltration play.
Yeah, that's like the only time you see infiltration play. Because it's so garbage. It's so trash.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I can think of a more worthless fate card than Infiltrate.
Toby.
I see. I don't know, because Toby still gives you board coverage.
No, but he's one more power on Beautiful Lovely Taxes. It's Topia's so
He is one more,
passionate.
and he goes back into the Fate deck and prevents other better cards from coming out. So
So bad.
I guess there is that detriment to that too. All right. Still looking for the mirror.
Which is
and
there.
There's that. Just need to get all fixture here.
Chucking a bunch of stuff. You need another 15 Years Later or Mirage.
Moving over Grumpy. How many dwarves do we have on the board? Is that 6 out of the 7?
Yeah. No, that's all 7.
Or is that all 7?
That's all 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that is all 7. And there goes everything.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
Syndrome's
Gonna get a
sitting
free
at
poison.
16 pointless power.
Yeah, he's never at a loss for power. And
just lose the poison. That's it.
double Love's First Kiss. Let's see here. Here's an all fixture to activate for Snow White.
Mm-hmm.
And anything else? Nope. Major Mod. Major Mod. Discard.
Oh, but you need to kill something.
Ooh, okay. All right. Staying where we're at. Moving Snow White. Old Hag's Cackle. Let's see. Snow White's going to be a 4 plus 7. So she's a 12 right now. And then Doc's a 4.
Mm-hmm. And another Capes.
They stick around on the island here.
Yeah. Well, that's the last Snow Capes, unless it comes back in a reshuffle. Oh.
Let's see. What do we got? Only one more card left in the...
I would have held on to Mirage there. I would absolutely
you
have held on to Mirage.
Still need to get rid of that other Omnidroid.
Yeah, you do.
Snow White moved over. And Elastigirl. No allies to discard.
Mm-hmm.
Syndrome finally able to move.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a... Are we changing our mind? Changing our mind.
No, we are doing it.
All right. Find. And not playing the remote. Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
At least Syndrome is right up for a reshuffle here.
Yep. Yeah, I needed that reshuffle anyway, so. Pickaxe. Oh, both pickaxes together.
Now, do you put it on Doc or Snow White? Looks like we're just going on Snow White.
Yeah. Dash and teamwork.
Oh, this has just not gone Syndrome's way at all.
No.
Just kind of makes you wonder why that was totally wicked was ever printed. It just sets you
Yeah,
back
that's
so much.
especially like I mean like characters like Jafar who will just sit and wait for you to have two items. It's kind of like you can almost just kind of set it up and just kind of sit there and wait for it. Chucking cards.
Checking a take
Yeah,
light.
I think at this point you're just going to accumulate your power and get a 1-2 punch on Doc and Snow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see a containment unit?
Mm-hmm.
Just double down to 0. And another pickaxe for Snow White. Nope, we got woodland creatures.
That would have been a wishing well. Oh my
And 4
god.
takeabytes. I think at that point in time, I just discard the black magic to be like, you know what? Just have your 4 takeabytes.
Oh my god. Oh. I don't see how Syndrome gets out of this.
Unless you get a super lucky draw on your major mods.
Mm-hmm.
If they're like all at the top
Yeah.
of the deck. But yeah, I think as Evil Queen, I don't know. I think I just go get some power. Well, just gonna keep stacking. So monologuing. Now that's gonna hurt if you did draw into your major mods. Oh, that stinks.
Oh, yeah.
That stinks.
And Zachary concedes.
Says I am done with this match. Let me move on to a different character.
No, there is no. That's that.
Well, I meant the next.
Yeah.
In the next match against Mooch.
All right, I'm gonna go talk to them.
Okie doke.
Like, I'm not going through this deck again, but like Syndrome's fundamentally one of the worst design characters in Villainous.
Yeah, we were just talking about how that was totally wicked should not be a card that exists.
No, or even just even just monologuing, getting rid of. Like, if there's a fake card that requires you to reshuffle 20 cards and you have nothing to put it back, like that's just bad design.
At the very least, like he should have. There's too many useless cards in the villain deck. Like 0-point energy should have moved a hero. Or like there should have been something to get something back from the discard pile. Like when they
and he really needed 2 bottom vanquishes. Like this top vanquish makes
for sure. Yep. Yeah, this is the worst
especially
location.
In the same box with Madame Mim, who just has all the tools.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, neither of these games were really winnable for Syndrome. I have no fucking clue what I should have done there. It's just like either they don't get the totally wicked and you maybe win, or they do get it and you're just fucked.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't go ahead and reshuffle the flop.
I mean, the thing is that you could get worse options. Like that's kind of the problem with going second, is just that it's such a gamble. I thought about it, but I don't know. I thought maybe Syndrome might be able to beat Doctor. But
I think
looking back now, I probably reset the flop. It's so hard to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just Syndrome's a very imbalanced character.
I didn't like having to go Fate every turn, but I knew
that was the right call. Like the moment the dwarves were gone, maybe I shouldn't fade it as much early game, but it's just, I don't know.
But if you don't fade me early game, then I just get my ingredients faster.
There's really not a good answer. The only good answer is you don't get hit by Totally Wicked.
Yeah.
I think one thing is that you were mostly putting dwarfs in the mine and in the woods. If you had put an early one in the lab, that would have slowed down the ability to shove them all into the woods.
I mean, it really wouldn't have mattered because Alfixia would have just shoved them over eventually. Or with the Huntsman here, a single Scream of Fright moves everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is why I like Huntsman here.
You also just
it's just you have to win before the cottage unlocks, or you just lose.
Mm.
Like, this character cannot handle getting faded every single turn, which is why it's baffling this is in the same box as Madam Mim.
And Lotso.
Like, this is just, I don't know. The lesson learned from this is that the bigger and badder set, like, okay, if you have fun with it at home, like, that's fine. I don't really care. But in a competitive setting, the bigger and badder set is so bad, I would be open to completely banning it.
I think Lotso is probably the most balanced out of all of them. Because like you can work around him, but he's not like dirt shit.
Well,
like
Lotso has the
Syndrome.
same exact issue where he just fates every turn and you don't have good hero covers. Like, I don't think Lotso is really not different from Syndrome or Mim in that regard. The problem is that this set broke the cardinal rule of the opportunity cost of fading because there's no good reason not to fade every turn most of the time. Like, you don't lose things. Like with Maleficent or Jafar, if you tried fading every turn, sooner or later your ability to deal with your board just stops.
Well, I mean, Maleficent also has like the ideal situation where there's green fires in the middle and the Raven, and you just hop back and forth between your fates.
Well, the point is that you lose things if you fade every turn. And this was true for
a game 3 discard, play a card. You have everything you want at that one location.
Yeah, like there's no good reason to not go to the fate locations. Like in Syndrome's instance. Like, why would you ever go to this middle location unless you needed to vanquish? Even this location is almost strictly worse than the fate because, like, if you're going to discard, you don't want to play 2 cards. So, like, I have no idea why these 2 middle locations exist.
Yeah, I think that like we was saying earlier, I think that if you had some of those cards in Syndrome's deck that would allow you to maneuver some of the heroes around a little bit more, as opposed to just dash, like because clearing out that top vanquish action could be made more feasible if there were cards in Syndrome's deck that would allow him to maneuver those heroes a little bit. Or even
it's so odd that you have an entire deck filled with nothing but cards that help you vanquish when the Omnidroid V10 does that alone by itself anyways.
Yeah. Or even putting a move a hero action spot would have been a good option too for Syndrome.
I don't know. It's just I really don't like this character. I probably should have reset the draft, but it is what it is.
Do you think you would have done better with Hades over Syndrome?
No. Hades has the exact same problem with Evil Queen, and you can't play a Fate Lock character against Dr. Facilier. Like, you just lose. Yeah, Doctor has the opposite problem of the Mim set to where he wins so ridiculous. Like, so countering Doctor is really about Evening Star. Because this is your viable tool for dealing with the Talisman Stealer. So if you cannot fate, then Doctor is like insanely advantaged. It's why like you can't have this character in a game where players get fate locked.
I will say we were talking about it earlier in the first game where you had the option to Juju either Kane or the Illusion Powder. If you had done that on the Illusion Powder, there would have been 6 cards in the Fortune pile. So you would have been 3 out of 6 rather than 3 out of 4.
That was probably a misplay. the cane would have helped him more out in the long run. And I was really trying to avoid getting faded that turn because I was hoping to draw into my last major mod, which did not happen, unfortunately. And then, of course, you had the situation where I couldn't fade at all because of this card.
Yeah.
Like, really, Syndrome's entire deck is really a list of what not to do when designing a villain. Because, like, forced fate locks don't make sense.
And
Forcing reshuffles. The team works so you could balance it out perfectly well.
if Syndrome just has to move to the remote, these are the only cards that can be played to stop him. Every other card stops. Okay, no, these two can be in there too. But all 7 of those cards have a chance to stop him, and these can be in there too. So there's really you have to have everything. No, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Those stop him too. Yeah, you have to draw one of these 6 cards, and you have to draw that twice to not have Syndrome stop from being able to win.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Syndrome has to fate lock his opponent, or he just loses. So it's just this was a very bafflingly designed character, and like the conditions don't even really help him most of the time. Like, they're very, very minor. Not a sidekick has the most value. 15 years later helps you if you're not getting faded, but most of the time fading yourself is a bad idea.
Yeah, that's more of a card for when you're not getting faded.
This is a card that has to exist.
Bioprobe is very, very good, and unfortunately it meant nothing in the Evil Queen matchup.
Yeah.
Which is why that matchup is so dire. Like, looking back, I probably should have reset the draft just because of Hades and Syndrome versus Evil Queen. Or I should have taken, well, I don't know, even taking Evil Queen would have been bad because, like, PJ is also awful for Syndrome.
Yeah. That's what we were saying earlier looking at the picks, was that since you had picked Prince John and he had picked Dr. Facilier, he wanted to take Evil Queen because Syndrome, like, you don't want Syndrome versus Prince John.
No, that's
well,
because like with Evil Queen, you at least have some time in the beginning where she can't fate you every turn, and Dr. Facilier, you can get into a fate lock. Prince John, you just can't.
Well, I mean, you can for a time if he doesn't draw Sir Hiss.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking back, I think the only answer is that I should have reset this draft. Like, there's no way this was balanced for second player. But, you know, live and learn. I think that the first game I probably did make a mistake going for the cane over the illusion powder.
And I will say, so Wade of Glory was asking me about my opinion on this whole pick ban flop system, and while this does encourage more diversity of villain picks because you have to work with what you're given, it forces more bad matchups, I think.
Well, there's really no solution to the whole bad matchup. There's no good solution to it. Because like there are a number of villains that just have too many bad matchups. Like, this is not a balanced game in which every villain has a 50-50 chance of winning. Some are just straight up better than others. Like, if you're trying to create a system where Hades or Cruella or Pete has an advantageous matchup, like, that's just not going to exist unless they're playing against each other.
Right.
So it's not designed that way, but it's still, I still enjoy Villainous 1v1 the most out of any of the Villainous titles.
Oh yeah.
And I really do enjoy it.
Like all the problems that the Disney version has, the Marvel and Star Wars versions also have, but they also have additional problems that I don't like.
But yeah, it was not.
Yeah, but The merit of pick ban instead is that you're never forced into these specific situations. Like you always get to play what you want to play.
Mm-hmm.
The
I honestly
downside is that you
more and more I'm
go
kind
on.
of open to the idea of a community focused balance patch for the existing villains, because there's people here who have been playing with these villains since the beginning, who have been playing with these villains longer than the current Ravensburger team has been playing with these villains since they transferred over from Prospero Hall, and we have a lot of experience between us. And we probably we have played these villains back to front over and over again. We know what their issues are. We know what their problems are. We know what potential fixes might be. Um,
I really don't think they're a good I don't think a balance patch is a good idea. I'd be more open to what like TCGs do,
just
where you
banning
only play
someone.
with certain specific sets.
Oh, so like okay.
So like here's a tournament where we're playing with the base set plus this set, or we're just playing with Ravensburger expansions.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would do a good job of cutting out how many matchups you have to account for.
Right. I mean, I do still think Despicable Plots works well. I think Lady Tremaine holds her own. Horned King is pretty decent. He's a good mid-range villain. Gaston is Gaston.
He's swingy.
He's very swingy.
Well, at the very least, they don't break the balance in the way that Bigger and Badder did.
Yeah.
Like, there's really no good way to include a competitive format that has these guys because all of their matchups are immensely imbalanced.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you play Syndrome against someone like Queen of Hearts, and it's just a free win because she has no way of dealing with fading. But, I mean, so that really kind of leaves you to the whole Radigan, Jafar, Evil Queen tier.
I mean, we did just have the Jim Dandy versus Mooch, and Queen of did Queen of Hearts win? No, that was not. That was
No,
Prince John.
She
Prince
didn't.
John. Prince
Lotso
John
won.
won. Yeah. But Lotso won there, I think, largely in part due to um, the choice of fate against him, because going with um, I don't remember what it was, but there was the choice of doing the claw on Rex versus something else, and choosing the claw on Rex would have stalled the game long enough that it might have been winnable.
Mm. I mean, I didn't watch the game, so I can't say for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All
I don't
right.
like Syndrome.
Noted.
I'll be sure to leave him to you in all our future sets.
Okay. I think that's about all the time we have for tonight. So moving
Yep.
forward, I think our next match is Mooch versus Zachary,
Yeah.
and then whoever wins that versus Zlay.
Yeah, those are just the final matches.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a potential reset if
Right.
Slay loses.
Yeah.
So I think you should try and get all 3 sets done in the next streaming session.
Yeah, I think that'll be Sunday.
So there'll be, because I think that, like, if it goes to a reset, having the final match be on another day would be kind of bad.
Yeah.
So you should at least anticipate 3 sets there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you to Jim Dandy and to Mooch. Thank you to Zachary and Slade. Thank you to Weight of Glory. Apologies again for my dumb speaker problem earlier tonight. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of whatever time of day it is, whenever you watch this, whether on Twitch or on YouTube eventually. Be cool.